Oh fuck. Davey, send us in.
Welcome back to the podcast that starts with a V and ends with an S. That's right, we're talking about Viagra's podcast. Coming at you on a Sunday morning, because I'm easy. Welcome back, everybody. It's
Easy
David D
over.
coming at you from the 011. This is my boy to the left. Fuck.
Why do you always try to do it so fast?
Does it switch up? My boy to the right lives, and my other boy to the right still.
I'm furthest left. There's no one to my left. Except for Bob and her pocket pussy. Yep. Welcome back to Vaabs podcast.
How's everybody
Welcome,
doing
welcome,
today?
Yo, good thanks and yourself.
Healthy.
Good, thanks, guys. I'm excited. I like the sun. Just
That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
I like the sun.
Okay,
It lets
Superman.
me live on this planet.
No, it's nice. Like I like the evening times, but this is nice. Feel energetic. Also, Dole's always energetic in the morning. So
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, bro. Oh, I love doing podcasts on weekends. By the way,
Yeah.
like this is the new shit. Like, it's because I'm excited. You know, like I'm not stressed about work tomorrow.
Yeah, it's something to look forward to. It's not like you just like upset about work and then you're like, at least I
Yeah.
get to record later. It's like, I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly. Now
And
this
then you
is
see
nice.
us and then you're like, fuck, I should have just gone to sleep. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're back here at Dole's crib. You know us, VBS boys. And you know what we like to do best?
fuck around and find out.
Wow. I fucking love that from you. I love that from fuck around and find out. You mad?
FFO. FFO.
That
Where's
sounds
the
like-
FF?
Fuck around and fuck FAFO. Fuck
It sounds
around
like
and
an African
find
Nations
out.
Cup or something.
FAFO.
What's the name of the one that just happened now,
Oh,
David?
the CAF, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
How
no.
would you say that, like, just as a word?
I was like,
Dave, it's so easy. Just say.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, we are back here at Vaabs Podcast, where we have a little segment that we like to call...
Levs is on his phone because he doesn't respect the podcast. He's typing messages. He really doesn't want to be here.
I'm looking for the Vaab chicks, you fucking scammer. Do you want to do Vaab chicks today, Dave?
Sure,
Actually-
give me your phone. You've taken such good care of them. It's like it's your baby. Just like everything, like all the editing the reels. Lev started me yesterday. He went and he was like, I was like, is there anything I can do? We were talking like a deeper chat. We was like, is there anything I can do for you? Like, I feel like I'm not like there for you these days. And he's like, you can just share this, like the podcast stuff to your story. And I was like, hectic, okay. I'm sorry.
maybe just care
Yeah,
about what
just-
we do.
Like, when I drop something, maybe promote it with your own page. Who fucking cares anyway?
I'm going to. You guys are going to see a whole new Dave.
My problem at the moment with sharing stuff is all my colleagues have followed me now.
Block him. Fuck him. Don't do
restrict.
that. Don't do that, husband.
Yeah,
Just
don't
block
fucking
him.
pocket. No, my brain was working too fast. That was the
could see.
punchline.
I could see.
Oh god. Yeah, we're gonna get into Vaab checks. If you guys don't know what Vaab checks are, does anyone want to explain Vaab checks, please?
A vibe check is when Lebo asks us a question and we give him either good or bad vibes. If it is good vibes, David generally doesn't speak. If it's bad vibes, though, he's got a fuckload to say. So we're gonna see what happens.
Yes, boy.
It's because, like, if you think about how you make friends and stuff, it's you.
You got to be negative.
Yeah, it's like common bonds are formed on negative things because it's like you can say you like something and then it's like, oh, great. And then the conversation's over. But if you genuinely talk about something that you don't enjoy, you've got so many opinions about it because you know why you hate
Do
it.
you watch the Captain Live Brazil channel? That was literally like my first video.
What?
Yeah, it was like how to
yeah.
make friends. And
Yeah,
then I
shit.
was like, you just have to bond over some shit that you both don't like.
That's so true. I remember that shit.
Yeah. David, what's going on there?
I was leaning to the left the whole time to like speak. I know this is
Yeah, no, this is way better. You do you, boo. No one wants to see you anyways.
People are used to.
And what's annoying is he's trying to talk and do it. Like, if he just focus on one thing.
How's it going?
How's
Okay.
He thinks nothing, dude.
Alrighty, what's the vibe checks for today?
The Vaab chick is
Bad vibes.
approaching Hans in the club.
See. I've thought about this a
DEFG.
lot.
As you do.
Because you don't want to be that guy. Same as approaching in gym. I think approaching girls in the gym and approaching in the club is same. Not interchangeable. Interchangeable. Because you go there and you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be the creepy guy that goes and annoys people's fun. Like Paul was talking about on their girls' night when people get into like the circle and try to like get involved. And you're like, come on, guys. What you doing?
But I feel like there's a way to do it, you know what I mean, with everything.
But I also feel on the converse with that, you also have to be at a certain point. Like you can't be like a 3
There
as
it
a
is.
try to pull up.
Dude.
No, it's true. There has to be a common interest, because if you think about it, you're selling yourself.
You're saying just off the bat, from you being
you being
already-
who you are, you have to be, yeah.
He said as a 3. What is man?
You're done.
I'd rather approach girls online, lie about some things, get them to like my personality first.
But it's that thing of it's me back in the day. This is gonna sound very vain, so just get ready. Me back then, I wasn't at the level I am now. I think. I like to think I'm better looking. No. Like
Where was this energy last week when you were like, yeah, I think I'm a 4?
I was because I've had like an adequate amount of sleep. Last week I was dying.
Yeah, you look
But like back then, I was round about a 5. If I'm being kind to myself, probably around a 3. And then you have to know where your top things are. So I can make people laugh. So clubs aren't a thing because you're not telling jokes at the club. If you are. But you don't do that. So you go house parties or your place. Because then you can talk to people.
yeah,
make them laugh.
fairs. Yeah.
Classrooms.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense.
That sounds terrible. It's only if you're in high school. Do not go to classrooms if
Our
you're not in high
fan base
school.
is like 25 and up, and they're like, what?
I'm just thinking back when I was in high school. That's my biggest work was done in classrooms.
Yeah, I feel
Oh
like
God!
that's disgusting. With the
Please.
teacher.
Just put that as a reel, please.
Just my biggest work was done in classrooms, no context.
I
Oh,
fully
God.
agree with you, though. Can I ask you a question? It's like a follow-on from
Cool.
this whole convo. If you're a 3 or 5 back in the day, and you see other women that you're attracted to, and in your opinion, you're like, yo, that chick's a 10, that chick's an 8, that chick's a 7. And you have the confidence enough to go up to that chick that you think's a 10. What if that 10, in everyone else's mind, all the other boys, she's a 7? You don't go for 10s because you feel like you're a 5. But
This is why I
your
got, this
10s,
is why I got
gymnastics.
30% for math. She's a 10 in my eyes, a 7 in everyone else's eyes.
Yes.
I'm a 5 in my own eyes, and
and no, let's
Her
say
eyes.
she thinks you're a 5 as well. No, she
In
doesn't.
everyone else's eyes, you're a 3. So keep that.
No, she thinks you're also a 10, but you wouldn't approach her because you think she's a 10 out of your league, but everyone else sees her as a 7. You get what I'm saying? It.
I do get that.
Oh, like how some people's dream girls are like huns that you literally just give
What
headaches
does
to.
Luke say? I like girls that most people wouldn't find conventionally attractive.
Like, what do you mean conventionally? He's like, no, man, just, she have a different look about it. What does that even mean? Oh, God.
What does that mean?
We've been trying to figure that out for like 4 months because he says it all the time.
Yeah.
What did you in PlayStation? He's like, no, man, that's like my type of girl. Like, most people wouldn't be like, damn, she attractive. But I'm like that.
But I love that Bugs Bunny tooth, baby. Bring it here.
I also feel like in the actual sense that there has to be a bit of mutual,
Attraction.
yeah, like you can feel when there's sort of eyes if everyone's good at what they do.
Allow it. Because I know for a fact that I know people who who say, I didn't find that person attractive until I chatted to them. So if you're trying to deep like some kind of like attraction off the bat just from looks, you're playing like a fucked up game. Like, unless you know you're a 10.
No, but would you be able to surpass that level of attraction in the chats with like at the
You
club?
tell me, mister, my personality brings me to an 8.
When did I say that?
David blacks out when he speaks.
Yeah.
I don't
Dave,
know.
you're a 4 because you're funny. Does this ring any bells? You're only a 4, buddy.
Yeah, because you couldn't come up with a single other thing.
So because you're a 4, but when you wait, no, hold on, there was a difference. What was your physical attraction score?
Davey said he's like a 7 or 8.
Fair enough.
Also
Okay, so you're a 7 or 8
if we're
in the
talking
club.
honest. Ow. I got a splinter.
I'm just trying to figure out how this would go. Have I seen you approach a woman in the club?
He doesn't do that.
No, I don't. Out of all the times I have,
I know,
been,
David.
I have all the times I've been in the club, the times that I have
They're paying
gotten
you.
with someone, it was so. If we can just quickly stop off. So at work the other day.
He always says this.
And then you keep it in.
No. I'm not pausing. It's an actual thing. I'll bring it up later. Don't worry. We'll talk about it later. All the times that I've gotten with someone at the club, that sounds terrible. But anytime that I've done it, they've approached me.
And paid.
No,
Sorry.
no. They liked my belt. That was the one time.
Oh, okay.
But then I ended up going to a trap house and they had mold on there and I wanted to leave. That was. I told you guys that story.
I don't think you did, but I'm happy for you, man.
Remember?
Oh, yes.
I went to that trap house.
You
and
can't
then-
call that a trap house. That's worse than a trap house. What
Yeah.
you described to me sounded like some kind of like dark
when
ritual.
they got the TV on the box, like it's still the box that the TV came and that's their table.
Oh my gosh, no ways. Jesus.
They had just moved out of the. I don't want to get.
Why are you just
involved,
justifying their
guys.
life? It's fine,
I feel
Davey.
bad. 'Cause
You died for Nyash, and that's okay.
I didn't. I left. I went home.
That's always the weirdest thing to me, bro. Like not being able to deep scenarios where it's like, I'm literally in your house. It's 12 at night and we're chatting. I don't. The movies didn't say that this is how it goes down. It feels wrong.
We're supposed to
telling
be
you
like
about-
grabbing each other from the get go as soon as you get through this door.
But next they're telling about ghosts in their house.
We've had it rough. Eh? We've had it rough.
Their
Oh,
brother
God.
lives in another room.
If
to
Vaabs Podcast can give you any advice, if a girl invites you in her house past midnight, don't go, man. Just go home.
What's a
Count your
deal?
losses.
What's a deal breaker for you if you go to a chick's house, you walk in the door, and there's just something there? What is that? That's
No
a deal breaker.
furniture.
Yeah, the no furniture is a big one.
That's bad.
There's no bed. Well,
What am I here to do?
yeah,
Fuck on the
fair
couch.
enough. Like,
What?
like
If
if the
it was
house
messy.
was like dirty. That's what I was gonna say. Like there's dishes places, there's shoes everywhere. Would you still Vaabs?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't
She's a
feel
10, but
Yeah,
she
no.
has a very messy
Oh,
house.
fully.
Yeah, fully.
Really?
Niggas are dogs, dude. That's what must I say? Oh,
Okay,
no,
but
it's gross. I'll
let's
leave.
put it to extremes. There's like a plate of food like in her bed,
Oh, God.
like an whole plate of.
And you're
Yeah,
saying
but
I've
like-
heard of people like that.
and you're saying she's a 10
Yeah.
in
Ah,
your
yeah,
eyes or in every
I don't know those people.
No, a worldie.
Oh, no. There's few things that would make me miss out on such.
Really?
Yeah, why
You'd
not?
have sex on top of like chicken bones.
Oh, imagine you're just in bed and there are crumbs.
No.
Like you're on your back and they're like,
She's a 10, but she chows chicken bones. Like she'll like crack a chicken bone.
oh, God. That's what the only bone she can crack anyway.
So approaching girls in the club, bad vibes.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
Altogether,
No.
I would say bad vibes. Honestly,
Uh,
it's
I
you
haven't
never
even got
know
to the
if they're,
point, yeah.
like women having fun in a club. Like if they all there together and they're there to have fun and they don't want to hook up, chicks have that like thing in their mind. If that is the type of night they're having, that's not a vibe.
I think you need to let them approach you because then it's at least like it's in everyone's best interest, basically.
yeah.
Oh.
I would honestly, I think still to this day, I've never approached a woman without having some sort of like thing beforehand, like eyes having, like she looked at me, she smiled, I was like, ooh, there could be something.
That's
Or
ballsy
we
to do it
next
like
to the
off
bar.
nothing. Imagine
Yeah.
you don't even like you see her at the bar and that's when you do everything.
Yeah. I don't
or
know.
she doesn't even see you and you're just there.
I got you this drink.
I'll pay for that drink, don't worry. Mom, it's on me. So your car declined 6 times already. Please. Please.
There's like a row of girls with their cards paying for their own drinks. Man, if you don't mind just joining that queue there.
So you go there and you tell them you're gonna buy their drink and it's like get in line and everyone has to pay for their drinks now.
Oh, God. That's what they mean when they say don't put all your eggs in one basket. Evenly distributed. Oh, God.
Yeah, I honestly just not good vibes in general.
If You were a little viber listening to this podcast right now, and you looked up to us, and we just told you it's bad vibes. Don't fucking do it. Yeah. And your hope is depleted, and you're like, shit, is there any light? What would you tell that person would be the best way to actually do it? If they were still like, shit, but I still want to do it.
Be attractive.
This guy is shallow. I didn't realize how shallow he was until we started talking. The last episode.
Hear me out.
Shallow.
Hear me out. And it's not like messed up. It's the way society works, and it's unfortunate. I don't believe in it.
But I am benefiting so much.
I'm not. Right now, the system's in my favor. Do you want to know how many body shots I did? Do you want to know how many body shots I did?
No. Think about this. Think about old Cammy boy. Like I said, he's an attractive guy. We know the
joke. This like once every second week.
Yeah, I gotta let him know. But he doesn't do anything, and people still approach him. And it's like, it's that unfair advantage. It's pretty privilege. You being pretty gives you a privilege that you can be outlandish in the club and still be okay.
So what, to Leb's point, what advice do you give someone that's not attractive
that
doesn't have that benefit?
Nah, everyone's attractive in my eyes. Don't listen to what I said
this
previously.
Guy, hey? Where's Fat David? Bring Fat David on the podcast for a day. I want to speak to him. That guy was so cool.
I was like, what if we to like interview our younger selves on the podcast? Like, if we gotta
tell myself to stop eating. I'm kidding. Fat David, I love you. I'm not gonna call myself fat. Chubby David. Oh god. We're not fat phobic about our podcast. Please don't believe it.
Oh god. We're not fat phobic.
We're not fat phobic.
Okay.
No, I love fat people. No, I'm joking.
Oh god. David, I probably would not have spoken in this podcast. If you think about like my confidence back then.
No, you would. We just wouldn't understand you.
Or hear me.
Yeah.
I used to speak kind of loud. No, I didn't.
Yeah, but it's not like when you were loud, you wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. That's a
You did it so well.
I'm trying to figure out like when we all became friends, because it's like I'm trying to figure out what level I was at.
Shit, man. If you got through some shit in high school.
I always, for me, when we would hang out one-on-one, I didn't see the side of you that I would when everyone was in a group. So like grade 10 you versus like matric you, like two completely different, like you're always fine, like normal. Like you would speak at a normal pitch, like you would laugh, you would tell jokes. And it was like only when
I got into a group setting. And it was just like,
No, but I remember. I know what you're saying, like from a group setting perspective, because I remember you being extremely sensitive to other people that you weren't close with, and shy in that perspective.
I still am, even to this day. It's weird. Like I was thinking about the other day, where it's like I won't like jump like if like. You've seen like when I tell a joke and then I see like more than 3 people are listening. Like if I'm telling Lebs a joke and I see like 4 people listening, it's shambles.
Just checks out.
I can see that.
I can tell stories. That's fine because stories. I like telling stories. I was saying to Dil, and we can give it to the audience as well. We should do a thing where we may have heard the story, but then we give each other stories that we have to tell on the podcast. But like.
Well, it's like a story that I know you have.
Yeah, it'd be like, Dil, tell us about that time this happened. Or like, Lebs, tell us the time that you got told that there was a ghost in someone's house and you're trying to bash. Anyway.
And there's no holdback. Like if we bring it up, you have to tell the whole story.
No, but there has to be some way for you to like veto. Like you flip a coin, last ditch, and if it's heads, you can dodge it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to say something that I'm going to bleep out later. Just to know it's really funny. Anyways, carry on.
He knows he won't say.
There's so many things I just want to bring up. Yeah, just to get the ball rolling in that regard, you know.
It would be so funny as well if we got like pictures and then it's like, why'd you switch off? It's like explain what happened in this picture because I have pictures of you, man, from way back and even nowadays. I'm like, what was actually going on here?
Yeah, that'd actually be fun, man.
Yeah, but it would just be the way. Like I feel like.
Audio would hate it.
We already expose ourselves so much on this podcast.
Yeah. It's good though.
I like to think it's like, maybe this will convince people to watch more than like 45 minutes, but I can say anything after 45 minutes and I know like 3 people know.
3 people in your immediate circle though.
Because like when people reference like things happen like from minute 45 to like hour and 3, I'm like, that's dodgy. Why are you listening? Like, why do you like that?
That's our time. We're just vibing.
This really is like a psychologist session though.
The most
The
toxic
worst,
one, though. None of us are qualified.
I literally said you have to be attractive to hook up with people.
Yeah,
in the
David
club.
just said, bro, if you want to talk to people, then stop being a 5. and then he's like, and then they're like, but how do I stop being a 5? What are they talking about now? Why'd they move on? How do I stop being a 5?
It's so fucking true. Because I was even about to say after you brought that up, please can we actually give them advice? Like, I just want to know, honestly.
Yeah, David,
Advice in the
so
club.
if your advice, no, let's take your advice at face value. Yeah? Be attractive.
That's rude.
How does it is. I'm glad that you're hearing it now.
Welcome.
Welcome to where we've been this whole episode. But how would you say that people get more attractive then?
No, that's no. It's more so. Oh, we made you to cut this out if I say what I actually want to say.
Say it.
No, because I know you won't.
No, I'll cut it, man.
You won't. Look at his face, he knows.
I'm just curious, what is it?
It depends what comes out of your mouth right now.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, I'll
It's
cut
back. It's back to what I was saying. Where like back in the episode where it's
that. Just say it.
shooting
Dave.
at your own level. No, I'm kidding. That's rude. Shut up.
That's the same thing as I was saying. If you think you're a 5,
Honestly.
No, he's saying much more. Don't lump yourself in without understanding what he's saying.
Okay, explain. I wanna know.
He's not saying if you're a 5 and you view this person as a this or this. No, confirmed. If you are a 5, look for 5s. Drop your standards. If you see a worldie, leave her alone. You don't deserve it. That is the most bad shit.
no, you can't say.
If you're a 3, I beg you stay there.
No. Okay.
Leave all the Ling Huns for us Ling ones.
David said, ever since I came up so that I could play up here.
I've tried the whole of my life to be attractive. I'm finally here.
I was in League 2. Now I'm in Prem, bitch. Top
Fucking
4, I'm
work
playing
harder.
UEFA next
I
season.
don't want to actually be here. I genuinely don't want to be here.
Yesterday as well, we saw this guy, and he was with his hand, and they had 4 ways of ball. And David looks at me, he's like, oh, what the fuck?
No, I didn't say that. He's lying.
He said, what are you doing, babes? What are you
No,
doing?
now he's lying. That's not true.
What did you say?
Shut up.
That's it.
Fuck.
This is the facade I put on for the podcast. I'm genuinely.
You know, I can confirm though because he's not actually like
yeah,
this
he doesn't
at all.
actually think like this, but it's like we love the character, David. Keep
And
it
also,
going.
the thing that annoys me as well is that I talk like the big game here in the club. But like I've said, I think I've gotten with one person or 2 people in the club.
in a
before.
club. And did you approach them?
No, that's the thing. I won't do it. Like the answer of being more attractive, it's a lie. It's the confidence there.
No, but you are more attractive, and that's why they approach you. That's what you said, like by your logic.
No, I'm saying if you were to try and approach someone,
Oh,
it's like the confidence there is the big thing.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
it's definitely how you would do it. Like if we're
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
actually honest, like this is the actual advice. I'm sorry if you stayed for that long only now to get advice, but it's the confidence in when you do it. Also, don't be
100%.
creepy. There's a slight shing of confidence in creepy,
Yeah,
and that's what you have to dabble on.
I agree with you, and it really depends on what you talk about first. Like, if you go full engage, it's always wrong for me.
yeah.
I feel like that doesn't work. If you go in and like genuinely try and get to know that person, like
But also, it's
Like
pure
a-
luck as well. Like
Yeah.
it's such a weird thing because you could go there and like, if like a drink spills, then it's your one opportunity to make like a joke about something.
Yeah.
It's like pure luck there. But otherwise, you're on the back foot.
I
It's
feel
a
like
lot. So one thing.
what the fuck? Just,
he always tries to touch
shut
my-
the fuck up. Shut.
No, I felt bad because I've been interrupting him. So I was like, I'm sorry, the last time. In How I Met Your Mother, there was a thing, I can't remember, it's like Doppler and Doppler effect, where it's from a movie or something, where it's like you being creepy can be seen as like very attracted to someone who's into you, and the vice versa. It's like your creepiness is dependent on how attractive that person finds you, how much they like you.
I don't understand.
So it's kind of
you
like
go there and actually you've got a good one. I remember it.
I don't
You
think
said
I do.
You do it because I don't have any good ones.
I don't.
Lied.
It's basically like if they find you attractive, then they'll be into it type of thing. So like gents who who approach you and they'll say like, hey, what's up? My name's blah, blah, blah. I think you're really cute. If you're into that person, like if you find them attractive, obviously you're going to entertain it.
Right.
But if you don't, then it won't work out for you. So it's only creepy if they don't find you attractive.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you can tell in the first 5 seconds whether you're in or not.
Not really. I don't think so.
Yeah, because it goes back to Lebs' thing of if like a point's words do a lot more than looks.
Yeah.
And
Like I always find like David was saying, I think in terms of confidence, right? I agree fully. Like if my advice was like how to approach, if I ever got asked Vaab checks, I would say that my advice would be like confidence is the only way. Like it's like not being more attractive, not fucking making jokes or whatever. Yeah, whatever like that. Like jokes can fail all the time, you know. There's always potential for shit to happen, but being confident in your approach is always number one. And I feel like it's easy to say that and people are like, but what if I'm not confident? It's like, just say, like, get out of your comfort zone and say something to them. Like, make an observation about the room. I always find that's the easiest fucking thing to do. It's like, you just make an observation about something and then they'll stop running my game to the people. I'm just trying to tell them what I think and you're like, yeah, Libs, I can confirm Libs does definitely do this.
Libs is going to meet a fan one day. The fans will be like, hey, Libs from Vaabs Podcast. She's like, hey, man, it's packed in here.
Why does he sounds like he's doing a comedy skit. What about that airplane food?
Oh my god, the entrance to get in here? Crazy!
Do you mech on us?
No, I have actual conversations with you.
But why is it always about the room? No, but wait, I wanted to say something earlier. I'm going to go on a tangent a little bit. If you see someone at the bar and she's laying, you want to get there. I go there, I speak to her, and in the first 10 seconds...
First mistake.
in the first... I feel... I'm getting anxious now. No, in the first 10 seconds, if I don't see reciprocation or she's not into it and she's brushing me off and stuff, why wouldn't I rate myself enough to be like, sweet, she doesn't find me attractive, I'm going to leave this alone.
Could be
right
your
now.
girlfriend in your ear being like, Dill, what are you doing?
Fair enough.
No, I'm kidding. What did you ask? Sorry, I was lining up that joke for long. I lost all focus.
Okay,
how do
so you go
rate
to a
it?
bar. I'll say it again.
10
you go to a bar.
seconds and nothing happens.
She's a 10, you like her, she's very attractive. You speak to her and I'm like, you go, yes, it's packed in here, hey? Like, jeez, I can't believe it. Why? I'm making... that was your advice!
No, this is realizing how stupid he sounds.
I don't say it's packed in here.
Lips is like, buddy, that's
Listen, Lips is the guy literally like, it's like a Thursday, it's quiet. And he's like, yes, it's crazy. No, man, I had to like fight like 4 people to get through.
You guys, I have game, I swear.
So you go there and you tell her it's packed.
Dave, you don't have to.
I want to put myself into it.
He just keeps saying what I'm saying. I'm going to keep saying it again. You're going to make another joke. And you're going to repeat it back to me again.
And
then I'm going to repeat it.
Inside.
Fuck.
So you see a bar. You see a bar and a girl.
So the bar's at a girl and no, it's still packed. Oh, the girl, not the bar. Wait.
You offer to put the girl's hand on the bar. Okay. So you see a Ling one at the bar. You want to go chat to her. You go chat to her. You make an observation about the room. In the first 10 seconds, you can see whether she's into it or not. As you say, if you're being creepy, she will like it if she finds you attractive. If she doesn't find me attractive in the first 10 seconds, why wouldn't I rate myself enough to be like, okay, she obviously isn't into me. Cheers.
Would you not rate yourself enough to do that? I'm finding, what's the conflict?
My conflict is, when do you make the decision to continue and pursue that person after the first 10 seconds? If she's not into it, would you continue to be...
I mean, if you can tell they're not into it, just keep it moving. But I mean, if you're like... It's situation based. It must be, because for me, I can always pinpoint a point where I'm like, yeah, this is long. I think at the end of the day, it's how much effort you actually want to put into it.
I also feel it's not it's not.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
Cut
was.
that out. Let's not talk about it.
Is it that bad?
This is what he does. He makes it such a big deal, and then you don't cut it
I
out.
see. No.
Carry on.
Is it out?
Quick, before
Yeah,
we
yeah,
make
yeah.
a joke, Dave.
It's fine. We're adults here. We all make mucus.
That's why I want to cut it out, buddy. No, joking.
Is it not slightly like toxic to not like to be like I rate myself so much that she will be into this if I carry on?
No, what my point
No.
is, if you want to be with someone that finds you attractive from the get-go,
I get it.
So-
Oh, it's like you're relatively limiting yourself because you often find attractions later.
Yeah.
On. I get you then.
so if she's not like,
Jeez,
this guy is so attractive, I'm so glad he's talking to me right now, I don't want to be talking to you.
I think if you get that vibe that she's not into it, I think duck.
Yeah.
There's no reason to carry on, bro. Like, save your strength.
Also, yeah, respect yourself. Like,
Yeah.
there's other
But-
people that find it attractive.
I will say, like, man, you know what it is, eh? It's the most toxic piece of advice ever. But I see so often, yeah, people get into relationships not because they mutually find themselves attractive. This is about to be mad, so if you want to
Thank
cancel
God.
someone, don't make it me. But it's really just persistence. Like, I've seen people do a lot off of
I've
just
taken
being
wearing
persistent.
someone down, man.
Oh, bro, the way that you said that as well. Fuck. Because that's what it is.
I mean, think about that. We know that one person where the boyfriend currently was trying for 3 years,
Dude.
and they finally are in a relationship now, and it's like, did they just wear down that wall so much?
Yeah, and it's like, what is your thought process behind it? Are you like, I just want them so much? Like, surely you should rate yourself enough to be like,
That's
Nah.
exactly my point. And I don't know if I live a fairy tale life with Pav in the sense that, like, literally the first time we saw each other, we were like, yeah, this is it.
I think you guys got quite lucky with that.
But I feel like people,
Pav's like, I found early attractive.
and I've been wearing him down.
Twice before I met him. I'm joking.
fairy tale.
It's not you, it's me.
And
But
we have like
that-
no issues whatsoever.
That's what I wanted to say. Is that don't think that just because you struck out first time, there's not going to be an opportunity in the future for you to.
Fair enough.
Because I feel like if you ended on a good note, at least like, yeah, sure, they don't want to talk to you, but you ended like friendly and then you vie, there'll be another chance where it's like, oh shit, you, and then you can chat
Yeah.
again. You
Also,
know.
fair
there's
enough.
a lure and mystery. I'll leave that
Mm.
as what it is, because it's like if you go there, I realized there wasn't much to leave, so I have to keep speaking.
I'm gonna leave it right there. So if you go,
I don't actually want... Can we do it to the next vibe trick then? Let's
No,
do that.
carry on.
No, I'm enjoying this
No.
conversation.
Yeah, me too, bro. Ugh.
So if you... There's a fine balance, and I think we've all experienced it. It's like when you're talking to someone, if the conversation's like dead and then you only leave, it's a whole different thing than leaving before the conversation's dead. And it's like there's that mystery.
David's
I
out there,
see.
he makes her laugh once.
Yeah. It's packed out here. Sprints away.
David's like, and then it crossed the road.
Uh, 100%. Yeah, you need to
Keep
know
it
when to
mysterious,
eject.
but
dude.
not creepy.
Yeah, you know when you need to know when to eject. I feel you, bro. Like that thing that people say where it's like go chat to someone, then like have it be a good time, whatever. While it's still good vibes, vie, and then come back after like a while after they've not had a good time.
Can we talk about that story thing I was talking about and then that one time that you've told the story already, but you tried to do that and she made out with someone else at the club.
Yo.
He said,
Shit.
"Hey, I'm gonna check you in a while." Wait, what?
Mystery. Peepers. Oh fuck that.
Oh, I hated you.
That sucks, eh? Shit.
No,
Don't
that
leave
was
it
like
too long.
that
Don't
was
leave it too-
like the one time where I was like, this normally goes differently. I should really rethink my strategy, but it
You-
does work.
Yeah, what I find interesting now, thinking back to women that have been into me and I haven't been reciprocated the into back. That was a
Yes,
terrible
yes.
thing.
That's English.
No, yeah. So if I'm not into that person, but they're really into me, and because you're not interested, you try pull away. You try like
Yeah.
you leave it alone. And I've been in situations where you have like a house party or some sort of party, and then you're pulling away. And the more you pull away, bro, that That's like they'll come back, they'll find you. You know what
It's
I mean?
that thing. It's terrible, but it's that confidence that you have when you're talking to someone that you're not into. Like it's a weird thing. Even if it's a
different.
slight bit in your head that you're into that person, you're still shambolic. Like you're
Yeah,
still
I
there
feel like,
tripping
yeah,
of your own feet. And
If anything, your advice should be treat everyone the same.
Mm.
I'm not going to say how you say it because you're already in the doghouse.
Ask me guys a question. Sorry.
I was
Oh,
asking.
Reverse. Girl's coming on to you, and she's a 5, and you're rating yourself whatever. How should she approach you?
I think Dave would let a 10 come on him as well as a 1.
No, but the question genuinely is, what's the tactics? You're trying to give guys advice. What's the girl advice?
And you know what's funny? Because
What do you
girl advice is probably necessary because our audience is shifted more towards uns nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's like, really, we shouldn't be talking for digits. Hectic.
what do I enjoy? I would love. No, I'm just thinking about it. Fuck you guys. This is genuine.
You said it, man.
No, man. I would love for someone to buy me a drink.
Really?
Genuinely.
Oh,
I
a
would-
woman. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would probably burst. It would be awkward because I'd burst out in tears.
They literally did that like 2 weeks ago though.
Who?
They didn't drink that drink.
They still bought it for you.
They paid for the drink and you drank the drink. Off of their body.
Oh.
And he didn't burst at all.
Don't cry.
Yeah, but no, that's a good
No,
one.
but
That's a good one.
Yeah, switch it up because I feel like you wouldn't expect it.
I think as a woman, I don't know.
Male?
I'm trying to tell them how they would feel. I feel like you would change it up completely because no one's expecting that. Like no gent's expecting for the drink to be bought for them. They're-
Yeah,
dude.
you're all shields are down.
Yeah.
There's your in. Full set.
What if you don't drink? Bob does not agree. She is upset.
No,
She's-
but I'm saying me as a guy, I would my defenses would be down. And that's when you strike. That sounds dodgy. Don't spike me, please.
Yeah. Shit, Dave's like, make me vulnerable, girl. I'ma be there.
Fuck you. Buy me a drink, call me pretty. Wine and dine me before you.
Apparently that's all you care about.
Wine and dine.
No, booze and prettiness.
Booze and
I don't-
bitches.
No,
You-
let's talk about. I want to tell you guys a story.
Wait, no, Bob asked a very important question.
Oh, you've not answered it yet. I've
No,
answered it.
Oh, what? They have to buy you drinks and call you pretty?
Yeah, so what do I enjoy? I'd say if someone bought me a drink, hands down, baby.
It's just getting worse.
Please, can we move on?
Wait, I didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
Yeah, wait.
What's your
What-
answer? I want to know your answer. Like,
My answer.
what-
There's
what
not
would-
much you can do. Dude, I won't lie to you. It's not that
Shallow.
I'm not shallow in that regard. It's like if you approach me, there's
too
nothing
much.
that you can do. It's like either your personality or your looks, mainly your personality. Because if you approach me and it's like dead chats, I don't enjoy it too tough, huh?
yeah, I mean that's fair though. But what?
Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? I'll be honest, they're complimenting. I like it when people compliment me like off the bat.
And
I'm like,
not the basic stuff.
not the basic stuff.
Don't
Like if you
tell
say
me I'm
something
pretty.
about
Tell me like my tooth looks good in the light. or something.
exactly. Because it just got punched out and it's on the floor and you're like, that looks really good. And that's
Tell me
making an
that-
observation about the room.
Tell me my sixth toe doesn't look like a sixth toe.
I can't even count.
He's there at the beach and he's just hiding it in the sand. And she comes and she's like, you know, you don't have to hide that six toe. It looks beautiful.
Come here, baby. You as beautiful as. Oh, I'd be ashamed of that.
Why
if
did you
that
take your
toe.
shoe off?
It was so quick.
Oh, God.
I'd be ashamed if that toe was in my mouth. Okay, we're moving on very swiftly.
I don't mind. What's your story name?
So on Friday, yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I went and, as we know, I do body shots at work. It's great. Let's not focus on it.
It seems like that's a very important part of what
It is quite a important part.
It feels like we focus. I love this guy so much. What? Dude, imagine we just spoke to each other. It's so lame.
You just trying to make me suck your toe. Now you're saying shit. We boring. David brings it up.
You know what I love? When I was saying it, I saw your face. Was so excited to see what was going to come out of my mouth.
Oh, fucking hated you.
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
I know it's
Body shot.
So I did a few body shots on Friday, and then one of the common themes was everyone that did it, bar the one person, they were like, as they were doing, like, this feels so degrading to you, right? And I thought about it. For
Can
me,
I tap?
yeah. You pay afterwards. It really takes the nuance out of you have to pay for it. But it's like, for me, I'm in the vibe of it all. Like, for me, it's fun. It's exciting.
I mean, it's consensual.
yeah, and
Also, like, I feel like if something is consensual at that point, it's not degrading.
No. That's what I was saying yesterday. Is like, you are an adult and you aren't being forced to take body shots of someone. It's like, you're like, nah, dude, it's a vibe. Why not?
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not deep for you. So when people are like, it's degrading, it's like, that's how you view the world. But like, I'm genuinely just doing this because it's just, I don't know, it's jokes. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just laugh like in the process of it all. It's like them like sucking up my stomach. It's like it feels so degrading.
It's like, so then don't do. Oh.
You know what's so sad though? Is like, you can relate that same thing to someone like fucking a stripper and then afterwards being like, yo, you really do that for money, eh? It's like, bruh, you just paid me that sick. You loved it the whole time.
And now you're like, that's tough. That's tough.
Post no clarity. It's like a
Pre-post no clarity.
pre-post.
Oh, that's
It's
joke.
like it's like the same thing as like you watch porn but you wouldn't date a porn star.
Would you not?
For me, it's the same thing. No, I honestly wouldn't.
Mm.
I couldn't. There's not a fuck I would be able to. Honestly,
Is it just the thing of like
15 dicks.
like the confidence
Too
thing to
many
be like,
dicks.
would I ever compare it to like the experience?
Oh, like you're like the
No.
head game that you play for yourself. Oh wait, sorry, Dylan's confident. He's like, no, I'm not jealous or anything like that.
no.
What is it then?
I don't want to say.
Looking, I'm assuming it's the purity of it all.
No, it's
It's not
probably
the-
more toxic.
Yeah, it's probably more toxic. It's not the purity. It's
You can
it's
cut it out.
it's more just like it is. No, I don't want to say this aloud. It sounds so terrible.
Find a different way to say it.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're allowed to have an opinion though. I don't know.
Someone who does it, it's just not real.
Pop trying to construct your answer PR on the fly.
No, you know why? Because
Cancel.
no, you know what's interesting is like when I first said no to you, I thought I had an idea about it, but the more and more I'm thinking about my answer, I actually feel like I don't know where I stand on the actual situation.
I think it's like a societal. You would immediately think you wouldn't date a porn star, but I feel like I think the only problem that you would have with it is like the confidence in your relationship with her. It's like, would you be able to be okay that she's having sex with other people? And it's like if you're not okay with that, then
I
that's
wouldn't
that.
be okay with that. Sorry, so my whole basis of thinking was that she no
You
longer
forgot she was
works
a
in the
porn-
industry.
So
If
don't
she
do
works in the
work.
industry, it's definitely a no. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to deal
Why?
with that. I couldn't deal with her having sex with other people. Honestly, nah, I'd be so insecure, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's when I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, now I understand what you guys are saying. Sorry. I don't
No
know.
worries.
Yeah, I'd be so insecure. There's not a fuck, dude.
I think there's definitely a point where you'd be like, even if it's a small thought of like the amount of people you'd have to compare yourself
Yo.
to. It's like I've seen the films. I know what that guy did.
Why are you watching a film?
I'm supporting the business. You don't rate your girls enough to what? Also, why would you watch other porn if you're dating that porn star?
Why do you watch other porn when you're dating regular normal girls?
Ooh.
I don't. I stay celibate. I haven't dated in so long.
Is porn cheating?
Oh,
No, I don't think so.
based on?
Actually,
Is
I
going
think
to a
it's
strip
too-
club cheating?
oh damn, this is solid. We spoke about this other day.
And we came to the conclusion that it basically
It's
was.
intention.
So
If
what's
you're-
the
if-
intention with porn?
If you're watching porn for the intention of you're not feeling satisfied, then you need to reassess your relationship. with
Fair
the
enough.
Person.
If you're making out with other girls in the club because you don't pay your
Reassess your
reassess. But if you're doing it because you know you're in a good place and nothing can ruin it, carry on.
Wait.
No, Leslie's trying to stitch me up. But also, you watch porn in a relationship, don't
No,
you?
I don't. Yeah, yeah, everyone does. Also, I wasn't trying to stitch you up.
I feel like you will.
Uh,
It's contradicting, but I don't know why. I feel like there's a big gap between going to a strip club and watching porn. I'm just trying to
Do
figure it
you
out for
think
myself.
porn
now.
is addictive?
Yes.
Yeah, fully.
Do you think going to a strip club would be addictive?
Like gambling.
You go once, you really like your time there, regardless of what makes you your dopamine release, it's still addictive. It's the same thing. So
I think it would
if
be.
you're chasing the high, and again your intention is the high, not the
Intimacy.
intimacy, then is it cheating?
Can you not find that high somewhere else?
Oh no, of course you could. I agree with that. You
So
could
why
find it
is
somewhere
it
else,
always the
but it's
strip club?
addictive.
Are
It's
you-
addictive. It's like
I cheated on my girl one time and it was great. So I did it again. Now it's just addictive. Does that make it okay? At some
No.
point. I'm addicted to
Yo, that's actually a hectic question. Because like if you amounting addictiveness to like drugs to the same thing as like sexual addiction,
Yeah.
and the only reason you had sex with another woman while being with a woman is because you're addicted to sex. How does that woman have the right to leave you? Yes, she does. Of course, she can do whatever she wants. But how do you not treat that like you want to help him the same way that you would help him if he was addicted to drugs?
I think it's because people. There's also people don't. That's also true there. When my point doesn't really make sense now, but
Hurting someone else.
Yeah, but you're still hurting someone else with drugs?
yeah, but it's also
We are, but
It's more direct.
families also disown, like not disown, but it's like your family takes a toll. If you're addicted to drugs, your family also gets a toll taken on them, the same way you would if you were having sex with someone else. It's like there's a toll taken on people where it's like I feel like it's not as direct as having sex with someone else, but it's like
Still the same.
yeah. I also feel it's like people don't view sex addiction as an actual.
That's what I wanted to
thing.
say. Yeah, I don't think people respect sex addiction as being an actual like problem. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
when
something
Terry Crews
that's-
spoke about it.
Yeah.
Like who?
yeah.
Terry Crews.
Crews.
Oh,
Said it had a massive addiction.
Yeah, and it's just like
Well, a massive.
I feel like
addiction.
those addictions, because they're so taboo, you don't really speak about it much. And it's like, because you're also like, how can you be addicted to, you know what I mean?
I feel
Yeah.
it's like it's not directly impacting you. It's like heroin. You can kind of see what it does to you.
oh
No,
I
I'm
see what
saying-
you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
physical.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like physical, like
Mental.
Oh, yeah,
start
yeah,
losing
yeah.
some teeth.
And then you're like, maybe I should change my ways. But with sex addiction, you just become ripped.
You know what
Burning
I
calories.
found. You know what I found about porn. Being addicted to porn, high school days, was my outlook of women completely changed. Not and for the worse. Like not like I degraded them consciously, but it was more like my attitude, my dog attitude towards women was way worse.
Really?
Watching a lot of porn.
It was
Yeah.
so weird that you say that because I was watching American Pie yesterday, and I just realized how fucked up those movies are. Because the whole premise of the story, it's American Pie, Naked Mile, but the whole premise is that he's dating his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's not ready to have sex, and he's literally like he's like full on like gaslighting her. He's like, no, but like I'm the laughing stock of the school now, and like I can be ready for the both of us. Like he literally said that,
Oh,
and this is like a
God.
premise of a whole story, and it's like.
Yo,
I think back
that's
then
hectic,
it's
eh?
just like the view was fucked up
Yeah,
No.
that's it.
because I was like watching. I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, that's mad, yo.
That's
But
it.
it's just that thing of like, I attributed it to porn because the more I was porn, the more I was sexual, the more I was looking at other women in a sexual way from the get go.
Yeah.
So regardless of what they looked like, I was already looking at them and like, yeah, I could, or I could. I was thinking of women naked way more. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it was me being a teenager,
Yeah,
but I do
pubes.
think it was porn. I must be honest, because when I stopped, my outlook wasn't focused on porn the whole time, or like
Yeah,
sex.
very true.
I think it's kind of it's. I think it's like for me, it's three factors. It's puberty. It's maybe the porn definitely, and then also just how people like back in 2011 to 2015 whole different outlook to
Yeah.
it is now. Like, the
Whole
world's
different
changed
outlook, dude.
of, like super fast.
Yeah. For the better.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That's very interesting. Goddamn, man.
Do you guys have any addictions in your life right now?
Yes.
Healthy, even. Gym. Would you call gym an addiction?
Gym's not a healthy addiction. My self-esteem does this, baby.
Roller coaster.
But yeah, I feel like gym, it's definitely an addiction in that sense, because it's like you go there and you're like, you get that feeling, that dopamine rush that you get from it as well. It's nice. If you can take on the world, like going to gym early, yes, that shit is better than any drug that I've never taken.
In the morning. That I've never taken.
I think I'm addicted to going out.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, I think seeing people is like an addiction for me. Like even yesterday, I was so fucked up tired, and then Davey, who was also fucked up tired, was like, "Hey, bro, pull through. Like we can hang out." Then I just stopped what I was doing, got ready, and then I came through. And it's not like a thing on Davey. It's just normal how I live my life. Like if I'm doing nothing and somebody asks me, "Yo, you want to hang out?" I'll do it always. So yeah, maybe it's an addiction in that sense.
Do you feel like you use socializing to escape?
Yeah, someone said that to me the other day. They were like, do you know how to be alone with yourself? And I'm like, yeah, but like, I don't need to be like, what's...
Yeah, I'd rather be with someone else.
Yeah, it's like, if I
that's
can,
fair.
why wouldn't I? Like, and it's weird because it's like, even when I am alone, yeah, I'll think about what they say and then I'm like, what do I need to talk to myself about? You know what I mean? What do I need to figure out here? Because it's like, if there was a problem, surely I would recognize it while I'm alone and then try see people.
Yeah, I think
You know what I
that's-
mean? But I can just be alone, and it really only is like, if a thought comes up and it's like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so is doing. Let me ask them. I'm not doing anything. You know?
Yeah, that makes 100% sense.
I think
to
that
me.
thought process of like needing to be alone is usually for like the opposites. If you've been going out and you can't actually do it, like Phil, you in 2020, you definitely proved that you could be alone for a while.
And not
For a
come out
very
better
long
for it
time.
at all.
It actually doesn't benefit you to be alone. So rather just carry on, man. Like,
You do most of your growth socializing.
yeah, that's what I will say is like, I feel like from like a growth perspective, talking to people is a lot more better. Fuck. But like us in like 2018, how many like midnight conversations, 1 a.m. to like fucked up chats we'd have just about like ourselves and like what we were going through and like what life is. And we still do it to this day and shit. And it's like, I feel like that's far more beneficial than me sitting with the same questions that I do over and over again without having anybody else there to be like, yeah, but maybe you're thinking that way because of this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, what is that thing that they say about like being on an island by yourself and like you're not able to like get as much done? Like you can't build a civilization on an island by yourself. Like you need to be with people so that this person who's good at this can help you with this, can help you with this, can help you with this. So only when all your islands come together can you actually have a fucking solid piece of land. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need other people's skills as well and outlook.
Yeah. Especially because
Perspectives.
I find it very narcissistic to think that you can figure out how to solve, or firstly, what's wrong with you, and secondly, how to solve what's wrong with you, all on your ace.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's the helicopter, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan's getting a call from.
How long have we been going for?
No, definitely not yet.
56 minutes.
You're getting a phone call during the podcast that
Yeah,
you're going to
no.
answer. See?
Hi.
and I was.
Thank you. It's just Cody. If you haven't watched last week's episode.
2 weeks ago. 3 weeks because you didn't post. I also feel it's like in your own mind, it's like you convince yourself of other things. Like
Yeah.
you go there and it's like there's a reason that you have all your shower conversations with yourself. It's because you're relatively at the benefit of most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you buy yourself too much, I feel like you get a bit of a not messed up, but it's like a very different viewpoint where you need someone to kind of ground you.
100%, because you can go on your own tangent, bro.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of things that I remember the one time when I was like, it's a weird comparison, but it's like when you're in love and like you're love struck, and then it's like,
Yeah.
and this is probably like the best idea I've ever done, and outside in, it's the worst idea you could have done. Like you're
Hundreds.
gonna ruin everything,
Yeah.
and but in your head you're not spoken to, and you're like, this is the best thing I can do,
100%.
and then your friend's like, maybe don't, like, you tell your friend finally and say, maybe don't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
don't go and say
That's
say
so true. I'll give you an example if you want.
Mm.
So in high school with my toxic crush, I was in my shower. Of course, that's where you do it, right?
Yeah.
And I was completely love struck. That chick's on your mind the whole time, all day, every hour. And I legitimately thought I would fantasize about how I could like
Confess your love at assembly.
confess your love.
Like, just go run up and like do like a Ferris Bueller thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I love you.
You bully all the grade 8s into spelling "I love you" on the field.
Legit, bro. Like you go into like fairy tale mode.
Mm.
One of the things I remember, like till this day, I went so far in my head. I actually thought it was a good idea. Was like setting up a classroom, because we were in high school. Setting up a classroom like after school, whatever. Because I used to do major production and stuff like that, and just have an empty classroom and just have time with that person in a classroom, but then like just sing to this chick and like like that.
Oh man!
And I literally almost convinced myself like this is the way. This is the way I'm gonna woo this girl. And then I remember literally the very next day I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, very true.
Oh my
Very
Thought
fuck.
process afterwards, like, was
You're
I
gonna
really
throw
gonna
up,
do that?
dude.
It's embarrassing to say out loud, but like you generally do, like, bro,
Yeah.
you can take yourself on a huge thing. The mind is powerful.
It's
and that's the
strong.
thing, and that's just with like relatively in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't a big thing. It was like a crush that you had. And it's like, now imagine with your life thought processes. And I think that's why so many people become those extremes that like with like racism and like sexism and everything. It's because they're there by themselves with that. And it's like, if you can convince yourself that singing to a girl in a classroom wasn't a fantastic idea,
Yeah.
imagine what you could do on other things like that. And that's what the
Yeah.
world's so fucked up at certain points.
Yo, and we've been talking about how like social media is completely polarizing the world, and like if you are on the left or right, for example, and you're being fed all the shit on social because of the algorithm.
Oh, then you've got the benefit of it as well, that other people are on your side.
Bruh.
It's like you've got four of your
Dude.
friends saying, fucking sing to that girl, man.
100%.
There's
man.
a bunch of singing
Don't go to
coaches. Like this is the way to woo a girl.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't choose that song specifically, Dylan. Billie Jean is not my lover.
Please leave my house, guys, thanks.
Yeah, and also the light on David is jarring.
So bright.
Oh god. Thank you guys so much for coming to Vaabs podcast. The fucking
No,
what we're just trying to say goodbye. If you could just shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. Thank you so much for coming to Vaabs podcast. We've had a fucking time. We've been Vaabs podcast.
We hardly spoke about anything we wanted to.
I'm surprised. Dude, this hour flew, hey?
Yeah, we got through one vibe check.
shit.
But it was a beautiful conversation, which I feel like we don't have often.
Yeah, that was nice. That
Yeah,
was
thanks. If you guys, did enjoy this podcast, make sure you go to the link down below if you're on YouTube and support the podcast on Patreon. If you are on Spotify and Apple Music, make sure you give us a 5-star. Make sure you give us a review. It really does help the podcast out. But yeah, check us out on all streaming platforms if you don't like the one that you're currently on. Because if you've made it this far, you know where you're watching us.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, iHeartRadio.
Yo, imagine.
From 12 p.m. to 12:01 p.m.
Hey guys, what?
Oh god.
That's all we can afford, guys.
I'm super excited for this episode.
But also, thank you guys so much. We do love and appreciate you. And if you did stick around to the end, or if you just fast forward for this validation, stay beautiful, stay humble, keep doing what you do. Leave them.
That's his real advice.
And yeah, keep vibing. Do it for the vibes. Buy our merch.
What merch?
For Lebs and Dill, I've been Dave.
There it
For
is.
tennis codes, I've been Dave. For
Cody's looking
Pav,
good
I've
today.
been Dave.
And for Dave,
Keep vibing, y'all.
keep vibing. Woo!
Yay.
Thank fuck that's over.
Anyways, I'm just so lame, guys.
Oh, I'm so upset that I have to keep on being kind to these uggos.
I'm not gonna.
Nah, I'm keeping it, buddy.